But hey, we're talking racing dirt track summer. I'm Dio. We've got some action. Sit in, strap in, shut up, and watch, because here it comes. Larry Crane's King of the Hill, and it's hot. Let's start off with beautiful Bloomington Speedway. The rustic setting down in Bloomington, Indiana is a beautiful high bank red clay dirt oval. Bloomington Speedway has been around for a bunch of years, and it is filled with action on this red clay. Promoter Mike and Judy Miles really take great care of this facility. So let's check out some thrills from Bloomington. Let's start off with some old midget action. Aaron Mosley in the 5 gets on the bicycle, goes over the bank, rolls it up, goes over the bank, over the wall, and into the pits. He'd grow up to be a sprint car driver. IRL Indy 500 veteran and legendary dirt driver Jack Hewitt takes Hamp's car off over the creek, through the woods, to the ambulance. We will go. Jack Hewitt in the 63 gets loose, gets collected by the 9 car and the 15 of John Stanbro. Bobby Smith in the white number 8 gets together Justin Marvel end for end. He's a former USAC Rookie of the Year. Let's try it again. Jack Hewitt gets loose and Rick Hayden in the black number 5 goes up and over and upside down. Got a little fuel leak we need to fix there, boys. Ricky climb out in the mud. Sometimes when you're qualifying, things don't go right. Brad Fox, a former track champion at Bloomington and Putnamville, flies over the bank qualifying. And some people say wings help you. Johnny Mackinson upside down the 59 car. And let's throw in the 97 of Aaron Berryhill, dumping it at Bloomington. USAC sprint car star Jason McCord goes over the bank, dumps it upside down. Sometimes you don't even see him. Phil Hedges, big upside down at Bloomington. Mr. Open Wheel Dirt Track Jack Hewitt upside down again at Bloomington in the Hampmobile. Jason McCord runs over a wheel, dumps it big down the backstretch. And sometimes when you got a good qualifying lap going like Denny Stewart, you run out of racetrack and you turn it upside down. And sometimes, like Dickie Gaines, the track's a little stickier than what you thought. You get on the bicycle and you're upside down. If you're Jerry Coons and John Stanbro breaks the radius rod, you go over his wheel and you go out. Turn 3. Jerry Coons Jr. Ray Morgan in the 7th, Billy Peterball Jr. in the 16. Morgan goes to the bottom, slides up to the top, hooks Peterball, dumps Peterball upside down into the main stretch crash wall. He'd climb out, little upset as Dad rolls up to check on the boy. But you don't have to be a young man to tip over. Bob Kinzer, the ageless one, dumps the Franklin Power Products, and this will be his final year running sprint cars. And sometimes it's not your fault. Brian Hayden hooks Kevin Thomas's wheel, gets into Dave Darrell, and the front end's broken. He comes down, T-boned by Peterball Wilkins, and Jason McCord slide in. Everybody's all right in this 3-car tip over. And sometimes when you run your midget like Ken Dragmeister, you go over the bank, stick it on the right side, and roll it out to the creek. Ron Smoker, 16th Street Rookie of the Year, gets some big airs. He crashes at the Neymars event at Bloomington Speedway. Nick Adams goes out with a bent right front radius rod. The right front rolls up under, and he tips it over, takes it out of turn 1. Tracy Hines during Indiana Sprint Week gets underneath Justin Marvel, doesn't find room, sticks it on the nose, end for end. But he'd come back to win a feature event at Bloomington later in the year. Tracy Hines. And the thing is about Bloomington Speedway, the drivers are oh so friendly with the fans, coming up to sign autographs and making themselves available so everybody can see and meet who they are. Bloomington Speedway. Check them out. Well, let's jump in the airplane and take off, and let's fly to some other racetrack, some other destination, and see what's happening in Williams Grove, Pennsylvania. September, Grove Racin, Mike Wagner in a 55 qualifying bicycles finds the wall, rolls her over for the USAC race. How about Hot Rod Johnny Heidenreich, bicycles bangs the wall, dumps it. Turn 3. Feature action, the 17 of Brad Marvel and the 17 of Chris Eash get together. Marvel gets upside down, lands hard on his tail. Brad Marble. Or how about Dave Darling leading the feature in the Hoffman car bicycles, tips it over, gets it upside down. You reckon Dave Darling's real happy right now? There goes the steering wheel. He tries to get out, but his belts won't let him out. He's coming out the top. He jumps out the right side. He's upset. Well, let's take off in the jet and go to another race somewhere around America. Wheels up, boys. Hey, look, we've ended up in Hales Corner Speedway near Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Ken Christian in the blue car gets underneath Brad Marble and drives on over the wheel and upside down the backstretch. Jack Hewitt in the Hampshire 63 comes around, tangles up with a local, gets over that wheel, flips it over, and here comes Dean Billings in 96, hooks the wheel, lays it on the fence. Hales Corner, Wisconsin. Lincoln Speedway in Lincoln, Nebraska. The 20 car gets a push, pushes into the wall, sticks it with the right rear. He's upside down on the main straightaway at the Pepsi Classic. 33, Johnny Heidenreich jumps it over for the fans at Lincoln Speedway. Granite City, Illinois, Tony Sturt in yellow car, but the 13 of Jack Strandman jumps the cushion, taps the wall, and dumps it over. Local hero Randy Bateman takes it down to turn 3, gets over the cushion, gets that wall, bounces around, gets her on his head. How about Manzanita Speedway, Corey Cruzman hikes the left rear, pounds the wall, and dumps it during qualifying. Coming down for the start of a semi. We get on the wrong side, we pound the wall, sparks everywhere, and upside down Manzanita Speedway once again. Let's go to Bakersfield, California, Oildale Speedway. Cal Smith goes over the berm, hooks it, crashes onto the wall, knocks himself out. Well, it's time to hurry up and run 110. We got no pressure. We're in the middle of nowhere, headed for a racetrack. Let's go to the Chili Bowl. Let's see what's over this hill. How about some fireworks from the Chili Bowl, Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's a wheel hop, it's a spin, and then it's Vern Kupal wide open into the wall. He's 67 years old. 82 car backs in, he gets a loud bite on that right rear, and he's upside down. Race fans, you ever see a building like this big? This is a quarter-mile dirt track. Inside this large non-span building, they also pitted 139 haulers right behind where we're shooting. The Chili Bowl, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Let's get back to some more action. How tight is the Chili Bowl? Andy Pierce finds out it's real narrow in turn 1. He dumps it, hangs it in the fence. Liquid Blue Ciccone gets her on the left side, down the backstretch. He's upside down. Brad Weber gets a rotation, flips over, dumps it down. Taking a look at Andy Pierce from the outside, over a wheel, into the wall, upside down, hanging around Tulsa town. That was so good. Let's look at it one more time. There goes Pierce. He's over. He's upside down, hanging around. How about Jack Hewitt? Gets into Jimmy Carr, going into turn 1. Car over the wheel, into the wall, almost over. Bounces back in. And they roll over Jack Hewitt's car, and it's time for a little barbecue. Hewitt says, come on, push me off. I want to go. Just throw some dirt on it. He'd go out, he'd run again. But how about one more angle? Hewitt gets into car. Car launches into the wall, upside down, hangs in the fence. Hewitt upside down as well. Did I say they have trophy girls at the Tulsa Chili Bowl? Let's have another look at that little spin, slip, slide by Vern Kupal. Here he comes in. Boom, into the wall, upside down. Slow him down, boys. Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Chili Bowl's not the only place they run them hot. Larry Bland's got him a hot one on the town tonight. He pulls it out of gear, he unbuckles, he's bailing out. He wants to stop because it's getting warm. The fire's coming up behind the seat. Time to bail, son. More Lawrenceburg action. The first in, Jack Strandman takes her down to turn number 3. He gets her up, takes it over, and rolls all the way over into the pits and ends up bringing it into Troy Lake's hauler. So let's go back to Chili Bowl and watch the number 17 Volkswagen roll them up and dump it. How about just one more angle of Jack Hewitt and Jimmy Carr? Over the wheel, there we go, into the fence, flop them over. How about some more double bubble action? The 51 and the 84 get together. It's a ramp to ramp, end for end, and he's okay. Did somebody say they needed some big and tall clothes? This is the oil digger in front of the Chili Bowl building. That's how big Tulsa is. So let's go to Macon, Illinois. We're coming down for a green flag start here on a semi, 10 laps to go. Jack Hewitt gets stalled on the back straightaway. There was the green flag. The starter's holding the yellow. He don't know what to wave. They're racing around. They're coming off of turn number 2. Everybody slows down. Hewitt's sitting right there. Everybody's missed him, but Jeff Sands. Sands hits him. He comes in and crashes into a 3-wheeler as Shipman looks on. Now, what do you think Jack Hewitt's thinking about all this? Well, I don't think he's too happy because he's up, he's out, he pushes off the fireman. He's got the gloves off, they're on the ground. Here comes the arm restraints. Here comes the helmet, there goes the neck collar on the ground. The arm restraints are dangling. The helmet's off, it's on the ground. The arm restraints are on the ground. He blows by the USAC officials. USAC's trying to stay up with him, leave me alone. The announcer's trying to settle him down. Jimmy Vivinato's trying to settle him down. And you think Jack Hewitt's got something to say about getting run into the rear? He's working on Bill Carey. He gets past Bill Carey, and now he's talking to Billy Shipman, who tells him, Jack, just go to the pits. Just go to the pits. I'm going to turn my back on you. Well, race fans, this discussion will go on for the whole semi-feature. And the only thing that saved Billy Shipman's life is the steps to get up there or on the other side of where Jack Hewitt came from. And Hewitt is. Let's talk with Jack, see what he thinks about that.
Yeah, you damn right I got what happened out there. All that stupid-ass flagman. They got a dumb-ass flagman that can't see. You know, we sat there, the USAC officials yelled yellow. I sat there and he shut the green light back off. He turned the green light back on, so I got in the tuck position. Sure enough, we got hit. He's a fat little query son of a bitch. Little son of a bitch. I'll get his neck. And then he wants to use his shirt that says authority. You know, his little bitch probably makes 175 a week, which is fine. But he makes his shirt on, and then he's authority. Got all this power, and he wants to just go back to the pits. Well, he up. And he can kiss my. And if I get the chance, he's going to.
Jackson, you all right, Joe?
I'm all right. Car's tore up.
Get past tomorrow, man.
Yeah, thanks.
How about some 16th Street Speedway exciting midget action? An old baseball stadium turned into a quarter-mile racetrack, and it is filled with action in every turn, and the fans come out in droves to check it out. Let's start out Kevin Doty upside down.
Racing.
Woo, Racin. Steve Knepper and Bruce the Animal Atkins. Atkins spins. Tony Reed runs over him. Dumps it big. The Speedway Auto Parts car will be back another day. Racing Michael Langen. Critter Malone on the outside. Hooks a wheel. Gets on the left side and dumps it over. Heat racing action. Jimmy McCune catches the wheel over Travis Wellpot. Ricky Shelton's on there. He flops over too. It's a double dip flip at 16. Shelton fixes his car. He's racing back from the pack. He runs out of room. He bangs the wall and he sets a new altitude record at 16th Street Speedway. Watch his wheel. Boom! Comes down. And how about the 91 of Jeff McLeod? Does the same thing, rolls it over and tangles up with Tony Reed. Three-time 16th Street Speedway winner Ron Smoker gets in the wall and rolls over his brand new Stealth. There's action everywhere at 16th Street Speedway. Jimmy Dryden turns around. Barry Reed in the Holt construction car. Down on this end, the 42 car runs over Rick Vaughn and dumps it big. Scooter Ellis from the state of Washington misses the cushion, finds the wall, and rolls her over. David Bridges completes his qualifying lap, hooks the tire, spins out, and Tommy tip over. Tony Bieber dumps her over in the short chute in the 66. He's from Ohio. Michael Lewis in the 85 Lewis Brothers tool rental dumps it in for in. He'll fix the car and come back again. Coming down for a star of the race, the 77 of Sandy Eaton gets some big air. That'll make you bite your tongue. JP3 hooks Critter Malone's wheel into the wall upside down in the Colts car. Jerry Zeich hooks a rut, bicycles, gets into the wall, comes to a stop, and here comes David Bridges and mauls him while he's sitting there. Critter Malone in the red top Reynolds gets her over. A.J. Felker in the family number 5 pounds the wall and helicopters around. Racing for a heat race win, Sarah McCune hits the cushion, bounces over, and Ricky Shelton drives through to the win. Woo, Racin! Dennis Mann tries to get her over, but doesn't do it. JP3 catches the fence and barrel rolls into turn 2. Feature action going into turn 3. They go in too wide, and it's a 16th Street pileup as Jeff Hampton gets upside down and the red flag comes out again. Mike Bymaster qualifying, slides high, gets the wall, rolls it over. Mike Roselli from ARDC, midget racer, bangs the wall, side for side, end for end. Be one of many for him this year. Roger McCluskey Jr. catches a wheel off of Mike Bymaster, rolls it over. Little tangle, Critter Malone, Jan Opperman, and Jimmy McCune. Michael Lang, he'd turn out to be the 16th Street Speedway champion with a tip over. Ricky Treadway misses the cushion, pounds the wall, dumps it on the left side. Over he goes in front of the Kiko sign. Tracy Hines on carburation night dumps the Pottermobile. Jack Hewitt, 3 nights before the Indy 500, dumps the Joe Mitchner car, teammate to Jimmy McCune. He's going to start the Indy 500. He climbs out. He'll go on to win the 4 Crown Nationals, all 4 divisions, and start the Indy 500. Jim Boyles comes up, asks him if he's all right, and he says, "Where's the phone?" Mike Bymaster upside down. Eddie Carpenter leading the heat race, sticks it on the right side and tips it over to the finish line. Eddie Carpenter tangles with A.J. Felker, gets on his wheel, rolls it over. JP3 collects him. Critter Malone working the outside, gets rooted, turns around, takes it to Dump City. Ron Smoker goes over Travis Wellpot's wheel, tips over again, turn number 3. Michael Lang gets speared by David Bridges in the rear, and it's a double bubble flip in front of the Pink Pig. Michael Lewis one more time, end for end into the infield. Jason Leffler gets hit by Ricky Shelton, turns around, Tracy Hines pushes him over. Remember this, because we're going to have some action later. Tracy Hines runs over Ricky Shelton. They go into turn number 4. Hines turns around. Robbie Flock with the ramp-to-ramp. Roger McCluskey Jr. doing the 360s in the infield. Remember, victory lane. Here comes Jason Leffler. Ricky Shelton wins, salutes the crowd. Jason Leffler unbolts, pulls out, takes a look at Shelton. I think they want to go have dinner later tonight. They come up to have a discussion. There's a push, there's a shove, there's a takedown. We're eating mud pies. Amy East is in the middle. Whoa, hang on, don't fall down. Jay Drake tries to fall down too. They're discussing dinner arrangements in here. Have a mud pie, says Jason Leffler. John Wolf plants it in the wall, rolls over his number 95, and Jimmy Drynan does the same. Ricky Treadway on the outside, he finds the wall and dumps for number 2 at 16th Street Speedway. John Nervo in the silver 21 moves up from quarter midgets, but rolls over his full-size midget. Jim Steiner from Effingham, Illinois, and Stephen Graham from Down Under. Steiner runs over him, dumps it large. Up at the top of your screen, Rick Treadway gets number 3 as he runs into the wall, and back behind him, the number 1 of Ray Bull has dumped it also. Tim Maynard finds the wall. Number 84, Bill Bowie, hard into the fence, and there goes A.J. Smith tipping over. Critter Malone rolls it over again. That'll be his 5th flip. Michael Lang, the champion, flops it over upside down. Jason Leffler, Mike Roselli get together in the heat race. Coming in, JP3 runs over Bill Bowie. They both flip, and Andy Pierce joins in the fun. It's a triple dip. Jerry Coons in the CD, number 7, pounds the wall, rolls her over. He's got a win at 16th Street Speedway, but tonight he's on the trailer. And when the smoke and flipping ended, your champion was Michael Lang of 1998, 16th Street Speedway champion. You know, a few of these drivers got some strawberries from the crashing, but this is a real strawberry. Well, we're back in the jet. We're going to land somewhere, and let's see where we're going to end up at. We ended up in Kokomo, Indiana. This is Kenny Irwin, the Winston Cup star. Oh my, that's some expensive noise. Ed Klinkhammer Jr. in the 31 takes it into turn 3, takes her out of the ballpark into the post and back in. Mike Mann loses the right front, rolls over into the catch fence, flips it back over. He's track champion at Kokomo and Gas City. The handing cars of Davidson and Hewitt almost get together. Hewitt rolls over, Brian Hayden joins in. 2 handing cars upside down at Kokomo. Pushing and shoving during Indiana Sprint Week, Kerry Foss gets tangled up and he gets pushed over. Number 8 up, Will the Thrill Newland doesn't see the yellow flag, stands it on his nose, nice rotation, and jumps it at backstretch of Kokomo. Mike Mann in the 37 takes into turn 3, bicycles, hits the wall, rolls it over, something you don't see Mike Mann do an awful lot of Kokomo. Derek Davidson, the handicap car, qualifying, barrel rolls into the fence. Father Chuck and Black running to go check on his son. Corey Kruzman from SCRA finds the wall in turn 3. Troy Klein, number 11, SCRA, does the same thing as Kruzman, but doesn't get upside down. Brian Hayden catches Augie O'Banion's wheel down the backstretch into the wall, helicopters, and falls on his cage. Russ Freeland in the 72 barrel rolls high into the wheel fence and comes down. Dave Darlin catches a wheel in the early wine car. Double zero, Danny Smith does the same thing. He just come off a win the week before at the Racing with Theo Racing Fest at Bloomington. And now he's upside down. Jason McCord qualifying. That's expensive sounds. Steering wheel comes out, McCord's all right. Kurt the Rooster Hawkins on the other end. The number 2 car misses the cushion, hits the wall, drives it up the wall, and finally gets it upside down. Now shut it off. Jay Wood finds out about sprint racing the hard way. Jamie Frederickson starts his heat the hard way, rolling it into turn 1. Local hero Tony Blue catches the wheel, hits the turn 1 wall, flips over his yellow number 32 car. Greg Stevens takes it into turn 3, catches Chris Beaver's wheel, gets her around, does the old tail turn tip over. Tony Elliott and Paul Hazen's red number 57 gets over the cushion, gets in the wall. Something you don't see him do at Kokomo very much. Rolls it over. 72, Russ Freeland in qualifying. Bicycles slams it on the nose. Justin Marble in the 2 car, son of Brad Marble Bicycles, finds the wall and the wheel fence. Aaron Mosley starts out his season in the red 27, gets in the wheel, gets her over, crosses the finish line upside down. Jim Keith qualifying, big bicycle. Ryan Black in the 98's riding the cushion, but runs out of room and rolls it down to back straightaway. Neymar's Midgets, Adam Clark and Dean Billings, a double roll. 44 Dennis Mann didn't flip at 16th Street Speedway, but he makes up for it here at Kokomo. More midget racing action. The 25 gets the wall, rolls over and collects leader Kevin Doty. And this isn't the way to start your midget heat, as Jason Setzer finds out. Sprint car action, Dustin Smith finds the hard way through turn 3. Greg Stevens in the nastiest crash I've ever seen. He broke some arms, hurt himself, but he's okay and he'll recover fully, as nasty as it looks. I guess the answer's on the hood. Some people's got some strange names for their race cars. Mudball. Well, let's follow her to the racetrack and see where she's going. Well, what's going on here?
Hold it up. Ooh, there it goes.
Cheese and crackers, this guy's done blowed himself up. And here he comes out of the fire, and he's on fire. Somebody find him a fire extinguisher. What a way to make a living. Putnamville Speedway, a beautiful little racetrack in the middle of Indiana, way out in the nowheres. High bank, great seats, great lights, and good racing, and they run every Saturday night during the summer. But during the summers, they tip 1 or 2 over. Kurt the Rooster Hawkins broke his front end, rolls it down the main straightaway for the photographers. 95, Trey House qualifying bicycles and takes it over the bank and heads for the water tower. Trey House in the Roudabush number 9 runs over a wheel, plants it in the wall, rolls it upside down, dumps a bunch of fuel out. If that wasn't enough, here's Trey House again. Shut the motor off, son. Will the Thrill Newland taking that inside line, catches a tire, tips it on its nose and falls back down. Doc Black in the 12 takes it in qualifying, slides up the cushion, rolls it over once again. Doc Black. D-Wayne Spilly over the bank, over and hanging around at Putnamville in the wheel fence. Robbie Rice slides up, Bart Pletch runs over the wheel, rolls it down the backstretch, but he misses the wheel fence. Kenny Dunlop, a quick dump in turn 3. You know, sometimes racers just get frustrated and they give signals to other racers, telling them where they are on the racetrack. And this guy's telling this other guy he needs to move up to the number 1 position. Kenny Dunlop in the 38 takes her into turn 3, catches Chris Beaver's wheel, barrel rolls it, boom! Flops him around hard. He drives away and the crowd loves it. crowd don't know that he's knocked out. He comes to a stop. He'll wake up. He'll paint another day. And where else can you go and autograph a kid's face? Doc Black signs and check his forehead. What's it say? Woo! Racin'. They're standing up there. We're having a great time at Putnamville, but it's time to go somewhere else.
Have your helmet done?
Hey, but how about one more? Here's Tracy Hines doing like Doc Black did. Woo! Racin'! Hey, race fans, don't you love it? Keep coming to the races. Number 13, Jack Strandman takes it down at Lawrenceburg. Gets it on the bicycle, goes over and flips all the way over into the pits and ends up hitting Troy Link's hauler. You know, it's well documented that sprint car drivers have big kahunas to go fast. But looky here in the World of Outlaw pits, here's a non-wing sprint car. There's Dave the Dog Darlin'. He signed some autographs. We're at Terre Haute. It's time to go half-mile racing. Will was real new, and he signed some autographs too. We love Terre Haute. We're going to show you some Eldora as well. Okay, Christian, he signed autographs. Let's get to the racing. Let's start with Gary Cameron. Brian Reed comes up, gives him a wheel, bicycle into the fence, end for end for end. Bounce down, roll it over, come to a stop. Fuel's coming out, pieces on the racetrack. Here comes the safety crew up. They're waving, they're tap dancing. Cameron comes flying out. He's mad. There goes a neck collar. Get away from me. He's peeling the gloves off. He's looking for a race car. There goes the gloves. He's reaching for the helmet. He don't see who he's looking for. There's the helmets off. He's past the fire truck. Where's he at? He's headed for the fence. Here he goes. Cameron to the fence. Can he clear it? He stops. He hops. He clears the fence. The girls are scared from him. There he goes. Woo! Cameron. There he is. He's still on the run. He's going to speak to somebody. He's going past the beer tent. He don't have time for a beer. He's on the trot. He goes behind the Terre Haute Action Track tower. Where's he at? Here he comes through the gate. He comes around. Weed picks him up. Weed starts to run with him, but he knows Cameron's upset. So Weed drops off. Cameron turns to the left. Here comes another fence. There goes the helmet. Robbie Rice on the run. Cameron over the fence. Cameron looking for that black number 5. Robbie Rice holding them sunglasses. Here comes the mechanic. What you got to say? Huh? There's a left. There's a right. There's a push. There's a shove. And they're wrestling. And it's a big time. Bill Marvel gets in and breaks up. Here comes Robbie Rice. Cool it down, boys. This ain't going to get you nowhere but on real TV. Gary Cameron. Hot laps. Derek Davison breaks it in, but here comes Ricky Shelton, former Western States Midget NTQ champion in John Davis's car, clears the fence and rolls to a stop over in the tree. Not to be outdone, Al Woodall in Richard Boo's number 21 does the same thing, goes out earlier, but goes all the way through the fence to grandmother's house.
We need to roll everything, guys.
And the people in the Buick are shocked. Hey, look, there's a race car, man. So you want IRL stars with your flip? Andy Mixter, Donnie Beecher. Beecher gets her on the wrong side, tips it over, big flip, flops over and pins his head under the roll cage. Ouch, that hurts. Get it off me. Oh, you want more of the black 10s? Tony Sturt. Sturt takes it in. Gets it upside down in Ben Bowen's car, flips up against wall, tail tank comes off, and we got a little fire. So you want more than an RL star? How about NHRA drag racer Doug Coletta and former USAC National Sprint Champion? How about Tracy Hines in Calderwood's Midget, taking it clear out of the ballpark on the fly, back to the pits. How about NASCAR star Mike Bliss in the Lewis car, great rotation, good spewage, upside down in the Hut 100. Ow, that had to hurt. So you want some more going out of the ballpark? Here goes Jack Runyon Jr. Clears the fence in one easy heave and lands near the wheel fence. Hey, it's Jack Runyon bonus day as he goes out in turn 3. number 85 qualifying, jumps the cushion, gets it over, takes it out of the ballpark, and crashes into Doc Black's hauler. So that wasn't good enough. Let's roll one down the back straightaway. Prosser gets into the wall, end for end, pieces fly everywhere. Joe Roush just barely misses him. He's okay. Tim Cox gets tangled up with Mark Casella, flips over and gets hit by Tony Elliott. Mark, the stray bullet, Casella gets the cushion on his own and rolls over the Bopper's car, going for the win. Jack Hewitt gets tangled with the 14, gets on top of the inside fence, flips into the infield, and flips back out on the track. Wings are supposed to make flips easier. Here's Jimmy Brewer in turn one on the wing, tips it over, big air, flops it down. Steve Kinzer misses him. You know, it's a good thing this guy's only got a 360. Adam Grimm, a big end for end. He hurt himself, but he's recovered. Billy Tyler, older brother Brian Tyler, gets tangled up, flips down the main straightaway on top of the guardrail. Bad way to start a race. How about Kevin Thomas? You don't see him roll him over often. Tangled up with Doc Black, flops it over, rung his bell. KT, he'll climb out all right. Don Schilling gets into the infield, end for end. The crowd clears, the wheels get thrown, dogs run, coolers get threatened, but he's all right, hanging on the inside fence. 26B, Rick Barlow clears the stadium as the photographers cheer him on. Hey, you've probably never seen this happen. Slammy Sammy comes to the bottom of the top, hooks Steve Kinzer, and rolls him over to the crane cam sign. And all of a sudden, Tony Elliott hits David Steele. Now an RL driver gets tangled up with Johnny Heidenreich, rolls over softly. Heidenreich had no brakes, climbs out of his car, and he'll run over to check on Steele and see if we can get him going again. The 66 car Bland's got him a little fire cooking here down at Lawrenceburg Speedway. Need to get this fire out. He's unbuckling. He steers to the stop. He's pulling the belts loose. He drives by the fire truck. He's got flame coming up his back. He bails out and rolls on the ground. Eldora Speedway in the daytime, it don't look like much, but when the sun goes down and Earl puts the water on the track, she's fast and full of action. And on a fast night like Brian Gerster, E2 wheels, he gets her upside down, flips big time in Glenn Nibel's car. Nick Adams qualifying, runs into the wall, dumps it big time in for in with some hard hits. This is one of the reasons why Tony Stewart doesn't run open wheel cars anymore. Caught by Stanbro, upside down, turns it over, tears the nose off and the down tubes, the fuel tank. Stewart, he's all right. He throws the wheel out. He starts to climb out, but the car wants to roll over again. Eldora midget action, the red and white racing with the DO. Kevin Thomas car goes underneath Danny Drinan. Drinan loses the cushion, helicopters down the racetrack in the CED car on Friday night of the Four Crown Nationals, banging his neck around. So the CED boys built Danny Drinan a new car. He goes around Ted Hines on the outside, hits the wall, dumps it big time. Turn one at Eldora. The axle hits Randy Jones's windshield. Drinan's knocked out. Sprint car action at Eldora. The 96 comes up, hooks Kevin Thomas. Byron Reed runs over and flips down the backstretch. Also involved Terry Pletch and Steve Cerniak. Sometime the starts get crazy. Back in the pack, there's a spin. Brian Hayden comes up, rolls it over Terry Pletch. Aaron Mosley and a bunch of folks all involved at Eldora. And here's a good midget dump for you. Andy Mitchell throws a slide job on Danny Drinan. Drinan runs over. They both tip him over big time. Turns 3 and 4 at Eldora as the rest of the field piles in, and Drinan flip-flops and rolls to a stop. But race fans, it gets better. Drinan walking with mechanic Dennis LaClava, looking for Mitchell, but here comes Jimmy Drinan up, says, he went that way, Danny. And Danny and Jimmy and Dennis, they take off, they're trotting. Big Kenny tries to stop him, but here he comes up. There's a push, there's a shove, there's a half-ass hit. And it's a little fine from USAC. And that wasn't hard enough hit to make your dog mad. Well, let's go out to California and check out some gravity car action here going down. These things, Coast, they got no motors. You'd think they wouldn't crash. But check this red car up there. Just behind the tree, he comes out, he bobbles, he gets loose. He dumps it big. That's Dave Despain. Johnny Summers of Hoosier Tire smoking it over. He thinks we all do a little pavement racing. Well, how about two roommates, former roommates, racing for the lead. Brian Tyler on the bottom, Jason McCord slide up. Turn McCord out of the lead, and Tyler will go on to win at Salem. Tyler, after victory lane, walks over to Jason McCord. Says, hey, buddy, I'll buy you a beer. I'm sorry. Yeah, but man, ba. Anyway, they kiss and make up, and they're friends again. Another Salem race. Pat Bold goes underneath Kevin Thomas. Brad Armstrong tries the same thing, but catches the wheel and pounds the wall hard. Armstrong got his first USAC win in 1998. Winchester, Indiana. Billy Peterball Jr. spins out, but it's a scary time back in the pack. Brian Hayden pounds the wall, tears the fuel tank off, dumps all the fuel out on him and on the racetrack. The gloves have stuck to the steering wheel. Because of the rubber coating, Hayden has no gloves. He comes out, check his uniform, turning brown as he rolls into the water puddle. Brian Hayden suffered some burns, but he was all right. Come back to race some more. Midgets at Raceway Park. Roselli and Dick St. John get together, collect Boyce in the 43 car. The 15 of Jason Lynch spins in and flops over. Hey, let's have some Silver Crown action from the Indianapolis Fairgrounds. Hewitt breaks the front end, slides in a turn, and Chuck Leary drives right over him and flips big time. Left from Billy Peterball Jr. also. Tony Stewart and Tyus Carlson go into turn one. They get together. Carlson hard into the wall and upside down. Sacramento, California, Jimmy Sills and George Snyder fight for the lead. Sills chops him off, breaks Snyder's front end. Snyder hard into the wall. Snyder standing outside of his car, flips the bird to Jimmy Sills. Billy Rose at Eldora catches some big air. And sometimes when you crash at Eldora, it just flat hurts. Brett Cady, Gary Cameron, Ray Morgan down the straightaway, 4 cars. Everybody's all right, though. You just gotta love it when the crowd does this. Race fans, we thank you for watching. Racing Thrills 98 is a push off for another race at another track.
I'm gonna do this song for all the guys out here burning methanol tonight. It's called King of the Hill. Shiny toys,
win.
Racin'. Hey, race fans, check it out. Racing with Theo videos. We have all these fine videos, plus 1997 and 1998 16th Street Speedway season review. All the action from 16th Street Speedway. It's an awesome tape. Check us out at sprintweek.com or racersdirect.com. We're the best in auto racing videos. Racing with Theo videos. Woo! Racing! Racing Dirt Track Summer 1994 season review, all kinds of thrills and spills. 1 hour and 20 minutes long. It's a tape that you gotta have. Special tribute to Robbie Stanley at the very end of it. Racing Dirt Track Summer 1994 season review, all kinds of racing. If you order now, it's only $25 including shipping and handling.
Hi, I'm Jeff Gordon, and when I'm in Indy, I watch Racing with D.O.